Is it only Judah we have on the call? Okay. Yasikwan. Okay. We have Gabriel. Um, Fresh Up, are you on the call? Matthew, Kingsley. We're very tight knit community right now. So I want to make sure that each and every one before we get into today's session. Okay. Yes. Thank you so much, Gloria. Thank you, Kingsley. Okay. Welcome to today's session. It is going to be a total breakdown, okay, for individuals looking to transition into tech. You might not also be looking to transition. You're looking at, oh, how can I upskill from where I'm currently at, majorly using a lot of AI copilots to make my work faster, to be more effective in what I do, and ensure that I am hitting my goals and KPIs. Okay, so this is another thing we're going to focus on in today's session. I'm going to do step-by-step conversation, and at the end of it, I hope you learn something really, really helpful that can help you in your day-to-day activities. Okay, so if you have any friends, any colleagues, anybody that you know that this is going to be very helpful to, please just share them the link so that they can join this session and they are able to benefit from the program as much as possible. Okay, so if you can see my screen, please let me know. My screen should be coming up right about now. If you can see my screen, let me know. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up. Can you see my screen? Okay, so I would assume yes, that you can see my screen. Okay, fantastic. Thank you so much, everyone. So once again, for everyone that is joining in, my name is Treasure Akiopo. I am a consultant and partnership lead, and I also lead the team here at Analytics Business. So if you see in the chat section, my colleague Solulokper, she's currently dropping the attendance. If you want to be able to get all the necessary career nuggets, okay, because this is a career-oriented AI mixed program where we're going to be talking about these different aspects, please ensure that you fill the form. It is very, very imperative. And I also use it to, kind of have conversations individually with each person to know what are you currently doing at the moment and how can you help you with AI. So it's very, very important that you go ahead to fill the attendance form. Okay. All right. So let's get into today's session properly. I have introduced myself like 20 times since I got into this call. I would also really like to get to know each and every one, joining this conversation, your name and where you're joining us from. So kindly indulge me, put it in the chat section. What's your name and where are you joining us from? Okay. If you could also put in your current career pathway. If you are a teacher, a lawyer, you're a financial expert, it would really help tailor this conversation to you as an individual. It is very, very important, very, very imperative that we have that information. So once I'm speaking, I can direct the information specifically to you, okay? So can I have your name, where you're joining us from, and what you currently do, okay? So I'm going to reintroduce myself. My name is Treasure. I'm a consulting partnership lead as well as a project manager, and I'm currently based out of Lagos, Nigeria, okay? So you could just follow suit, Treasure, photographer, Lagos, Nigeria. That's pretty much it. So that I can have conversations that actually speaks to you as an individual, okay? So let's have it in the chat, your name, where you're joining us from, and your current, job that you're doing at the moment. Okay, so we're over 18. Please just put that in the chat. This will be very, very helpful to guide the conversation that we are having today. Okay, so let's have that in the chat. 18 of us. I'm going to have to start calling names at this point. Okay, so please put it in the chat so that we can have a conversation that is fitted to you and can also respond to any specific questions that you have in regards to intelligence. All right, fantastic. So Gabriel, let's run out. Thank you so much for doing that. We have Gabriel. He's from Rivers State. He's currently a manager at a block industry. Fantastic. Thank you so much for putting that up. So please, let's have that come up. Your name, your location. This would really, really guide the conversation. Okay, so yeah, let's have that, guys. I need you to be very, very interactive as much as possible. So please, let's have that. We're over 22 individuals on this call. Trust me, it is going to help the conversation as much as possible. Okay, so we're going to have to go through the name calling aspect. Temitope, Anthony, Basilicon, Bright, Clement, Frederick. We also have Gabriel has put up Fresh Help, Gloria, Fiend, Kingsley, Judah, Matthew, Godwin, please let's put it in the chat. It's going to be a very good guide in today's conversation. Okay, so I'm still expecting more. I've only gotten Gabriel's updates. Please let's try to interact as much as possible. At the end of the day, if you did not see value, you could have been doing any other thing by this particular time. So let's try to engage as much as possible before we get into this session. I'm still expecting a lot more responses. And if you're joining in and wondering what we're currently doing, please kindly put in your name, your current profession, and what location you're joining in from, so you can guide today's conversation as much as possible. Okay, so we have Frederick. Frederick is joining us from Lagos, Nigeria. He's a film, TV, and event line producer and production manager. Very nice to meet you, Frederick, and thank you for also putting that up. We have Clement. Clement is joining us from Plateau State. That's Plateau, Nigeria. He's a graphics designer. Okay, so we just have 3 people as far as I'm concerned, because every other person isn't indulging. Okay, so please, guys, let's try to make it as interactive as possible. Okay, we have Basi Ai. He's joining us from Calabar, Nigeria. He's a French teacher and a marketer. Okay, so thank you so much. I think we're just going to round up on that since I'm not getting. Okay, all right, more is coming in. We have Gloria, who is currently in Lagos. She's a recruiter for an engineering company. We have Judas, CEO of a startup company, cybertech engineer enterprise. He's from Anambra State and also a network engineer. This can also be helpful for individuals that are looking for job opportunities. What I think would be really, really good that we can do now is we can cross. What's the word I'm looking for? It will be a word to network. Okay, so if you all could put up on the page your LinkedIn page, so you can connect with each other, it will be a very, very fantastic way to meet other professionals in other fields. Okay, so we have Bright, a public speaker, graphics designer, sales supervisor, Joe, security officer, Lagos State, Justice from Cross River Forex Trade, Dr. Ovie, he's an AI automation specialist and DSS office. Okay, so all right, thank you. It's a pleasure to meet each and every one of you. I think we've done proper introductions to everyone. So let's get into the order of business. Okay, so today's conversation is going to revolve around this topic. How can beginners use AI Copilot to boost career growth and salary? That is the conversation we're going to be having today. But first off, let's break down some of these very fancy words. AI Copilot, what does a beginner have to do? How do I need to get into it? And so on and so forth. So AI Copilots are basically like software assistants that can help you on your day-to-day activities. Okay, so when we get further in the slides, you would see what that entails. But now a lot of individuals have been stuck on their current role for the last 4 or 5 years. Why? Because they are doing the same things over and over again. I come into the office, I check my emails, I respond to the emails, I create reports, I answer customers. These are the things I've been doing for the last 5 years. There is no lack of, I'll say for lack of a better word, no proper initiative of how can I get this thing done faster? How can I save the company money? What are the things that I need to be looking at the end of the day that can take me from point A to point B? When I say point B, either a promotion, a better salary, package, or maybe move out of the company entirely. So these are some of the key things that people miss out on. But then there is a new upcoming industry that is a billion-dollar industry at the moment. Okay, it is the AI industry. It is the AI space. Trust me, the amount of times that people talk about AI, it cannot be overemphasized. Everyone keeps saying, get into AI, you're going to miss out, you're going to do this, you're going to do that. But then it can be pretty confusing, okay? What particular AI can I get into? Okay, because AI is a very big industry. So which of them do I need to focus on? How does it even affect me? Oh, I am over 60 years. I am over 65 plus years. I'm over 50 years. Where do I even want to start from? I have nurtured a 30-year career. Is it now I want to transition into AI? And what do I need to do when I get there? Okay, so these are conversations that I've had with a lot of people being in this particular span of business. So I want to bring those responses based off the careers that you guys have mentioned and provide answers to this question. So now today is going to be a very practical session. It's a step-by-step process. These are the things you need to know. These are the things you need to do to be able to make use of AI Copilot to help with your careers. Okay. So this is what we're going to focus on in today's session. So just to reiterate, my colleague is dropping the attendance. It is very, very important. First off, we're going to send you the resources. That's the slide. And then we're also going to have to reach out to you. I specifically like to have a one-on-one conversation with people that join my session as much as possible. So the only way I can get to you is if I know how to reach you, your contact information. So it's very important that you actually fill out that attendance form. Okay, so that being said, let's get into today's session properly. Okay, so what are we going to be doing today? In today's session, I'm going to be showing you how you can use AI Copilot to accelerate your career growth from beginner to in-demand tech skill. You will say, oh, Treasure, I'm in the marketing space. I'm not a beginner. I'm an intermediate person, but you've been stuck on one position for a while. Okay, so there are things that you're currently not doing right at the moment, and there are things that you can do better. And then as an absolute beginner looking to get into either AI, to get into tech, there are things you also need to know. The next thing is identify the most valuable AI-powered skills and roles to focus on. Yes, like I mentioned earlier, there are 1,000,001 AI roles. Okay, it is majorly just different type of mnemonics. You're just using different names to highlight AI roles. Okay, but there are some that are more in demand than others. Okay, so these are the ones you're supposed to be focusing on. That it is niched. Not a lot of people have gotten into it, but the individuals that are currently there are making thousands and thousands of US dollars. Okay, so these are the roles we're going to talk on, and how you can either transition, or even if I'm not looking to leave my job, I want a side hustle. Okay, if you're living in Nigeria, if you're living in Africa, the economy might not be the greatest at the moment, and it doesn't hurt to have that extra buck, not a very small extra buck, a golden extra buck that can really help you and your family if you're looking to set up. Okay, so these are the things we'll teach you in this particular program that we're currently having. The next one is, what AI tools do I need to be unlocking? Do I need to be using at the moment to get a better job opportunity and a higher pay? I am very, very big on career growth. Okay. So for myself, I've been in the space for close to a decade. And over that period, trust me, I've worked with organizations across the world. I'm not just saying here in Nigeria. I live in Nigeria, but I'm currently working in a company in the US, UK, and Canada. Different companies, because I handle projects. Okay. And the only way that I'm realistically able to do that is through AI tools. They make me a lot more efficient in my activities. They make me, I'm able to manage my time a lot more better. Okay. So what can that do in your own field? As a marketing specialist, as a teacher, as a manager, how can you use AI tools with your processes? This is another thing we'll talk about. And then finally, positioning yourself. Because at the end of the day, you can have all the greatest skills, but then you are just hidden in one corner. You don't really talk about yourself. When it comes to brand visibility, it is next to zero. You don't sell yourself. At the end of the day, I used to tell myself that you're too broke not to be out there in the world hustling. Okay. So how can you make use of AI to increase your chance of your earning pay? How can you position yourself? You can hear the word position 1,000,001 times, but you really don't know what it entails. Do I need to go and start begging from door to door for company to company to say, oh, this is what I need to do, or that is what I need to do? No, it's not like that. You can create a market for yourself. Okay. And for those that are into the crypto market, financial market, trying to invest in, trust me, there are AI tools that can help you predict the type of stocks you're going to be working with that would ensure you have a very high return on investment. This is all AI, and it works. It absolutely works. Okay. So I'm going to show you, or I'm going to show you how all this is going to pan out during today's conversation. So let's get right into it. Okay. So a bit about the company. I'm not going to spend too much time on this. The first is Analytics Business. What I like to say to Analytics Business is, not even looking at the slide, is we're a company at the end of the day that is looking to help people get into tech, make use of tech, and then monetize their skills in tech. Okay, so what we are looking, or what we define as success at the end of the day, is not you learning, is not you getting the skills. Fantastic, those are part of the things. But the thing is, how can you monetize your skills? I am a very angry Nigerian youth, majorly because the economy is not smiling one bit. And every single day you have, people coming out of the universities, you have individuals that, are working on entry level roles with the barest minimum salaries. So what can you do to get yourself out of the situation? Because actually nobody is coming to help you if you don't help yourself. And this is where 1090's business comes into play. So we look at beginners. Oh, stay at home moms. Oh, I'm currently working, but I need a better salary. Oh, I pretty much want to get into tech, but I don't know how to do it. We look at all those individuals. We take them from point A, which is the beginner level, into the advanced level. And we don't just leave it here. Oh, you've gotten your certificate. Congratulations and have a good life. No, it doesn't stop there. The next stage is, oh, how can you make money from what you've learned? When we say we are successfully trained a student, is when that student already has a contract role, when that student has a job, and pretty much is doing well in the AI space. That is what when I say, oh, this is our success story, this is when someone has done really well. That is what we define as success. Okay. So now what did we do? We looked at the different array of courses and said, what type of courses are going to help people get to that level? Being a Nigerian, being an African, there's a stigma that surrounds what we do. Okay. So even if you're a hard worker, nobody really cares about you. The citizen of the US, UK has a better chance than you do. So how can you break that barrier, and what kind of skills will take you to the next level? That is what we focus here in this organization. So that's a bit about what we do. I'm going to move on to the next slide quickly. I want this to be an hour, 15 minutes tops, so that I can answer any questions that pertain to you and your job and give you as much clarity as possible. Okay, so this is a bit about myself. My name is Treasure Iyesumi Akiobo. I am consulting and partnership lead, as well as a projects manager, like I mentioned earlier. I'm also leading the team here at Analytics Business. So majorly, I've helped over 2,000 individuals on and off in terms of getting into the AI space, the tech space. That is what I've focused on throughout my career. Okay, so I've been able to handle international hackathons in the US, UK, Europe, helping train youths in machine learning, coding, and AI ethics. I've also helped build customer success system. This is all with artificial intelligence, help improve with partnerships, getting brand deals across a lot of organizations. So I've also have partnered with your organization here in Africa, because at the end of the day, we're not just training students, we've trained organizations across the world. Okay, so I'm talking about the MTNs, I'm talking about Arik Air, I'm talking about Mikano Motors. If you go to our YouTube page, you would see a lot of these success stories. So these are the type of partnerships we have. And we've also partnered with a lot of universities along the way, universities of Africans in the diaspora and Africans here in Nigeria. Okay, so this is a bit about myself, and I have good experience. Okay, I've helped individuals that are 60 plus years with over 30 years of experience actually land AI roles, on a director level. These are people that have never done anything AI related. They are now earning over what? Let's just cap it out, over 105,000 USD at the end of the year. Okay, so that's the round figure. So I've helped a lot of individuals, and I want to share, because year in, year out, there are new things that people get to do. There are new innovation, there are new techniques. Okay, so yes, you might look at me, I'm quite young, fantastic, but I'm in touch with a lot of the updated information in regards AI and also the tech space. Okay, so enough about myself, let's get into business. So really, I want to understand you as an individual. Why did you get on today's call? Why did you click on the link? Why did you say, oh, I want to join today's session? I want to have an understanding of the people that are on this call. Why are you here today? Please kindly put that in the chat section, just so I know that you are still with me before I move further down the slide. Why are you in today's session? Let me know your reasons, and then we can move from there. I know your career pathways. I know I also want to have an understanding of what your goal is for this session at the end of the day. So put it in the chat. Why are you here today? Okay, I'm here today because I want to teach people how to make money using AI. Long story short, that's why I'm on the call. So why did you decide to get on this call today? Please kindly put that in the chat. I want to also know that you're still here, so that we can have as much possible an interactive session. And if, by the way, you have questions, while I'm speaking, put it in the chat. I would go to the chat and I would also take your questions as well. Today's session is very, very interactive. But I need you to interact with me as much as I'm interacting with you, okay? So just 2 responses, very low. We are 40 plus on this call. I would really want to know what your reason is for joining this call. Are you angry enough as I am, as a youth, and you feel like you are not growing, even as an elderly person? You feel like there's so much more you could be doing for yourself and your family, but you've just not figured out how to go about it, okay? Put that in the chat. I want to know your reason for being on this call, okay? I want to connect with you on that level and be able to respond to any issues that you currently have as much as possible, okay? So I'm going to take the ones I can see right now. We have Frank. Frank says to keep up with the latest trend and most especially add additional stream of income. I think that's one of the reasons that resonates with everyone, okay? That extra level of income, it can take you from where you're at to somewhere greater, okay? So we have Judah. I have a hunger to do something new with AI or projects. Fantastic. And trust me, we're going to quench that hunger in this conversation. AI is very broad. Project management is very broad as well. Okay, so there are different career pathways that I'm going to mention because I put on the slide the different high demand AI roles you can get into. Okay, so Sunflower says, I'm eager to know more about AI to possibly open opportunities to increase my income. Thank you so much. That is a fantastic reason to be here. And we're going to explain, or I'm going to, I like saying I'm going to have to explain to you what that would entail. Okay. Fee said, I'm here to learn to make money using AI content creation. Yes, there's a lot of money in that. And I found out recently, I was so late to that game and I can admit my mistake. I opened a channel, 2 weeks ago, okay, and that channel already has over 50,000 engagements. I only sat down in front of a camera and I started yapping. And I yapped and I created episodes and people resonated with it. I have people that reach out to me now to say, oh, Treasure, can you coach me on this, on that? There's a $1 billion industry. And I'm not saying, Treasure, coach me for free. I'm saying, Treasure, I'm going to pay for your service for you to mentor me. This is me maximizing my skills. But then if I had hidden in a corner and say, oh, I want to swallow the knowledge I have and I don't have any visibility, that would be a problem. I'm not going to be making money from it. That's another stream of income entirely. So yes, there's a lot in AI for content, change career path and also do something new. Fantastic. You can decide to take a new path anytime you want. It's not, you don't have to wait 20, 30 years. You can do that now to improve myself and enhance earning. Number one goal for everybody, every African, we need to move ourselves forward, okay? We need to learn more about AI engineering, to be able to learn more and then stay ahead. I want to get into AI. Trust me, it is very possible for you to earn in USD. I've done it, okay? So contract roles, full-time employment, is it tricky? Is it hard? Is it a bed of roses? No. But then, can you do it? Absolutely yes, okay? So thank you so much for letting me know why you are currently on the call. So let's get into the order of the day. Okay, I want to go into AI and take a career path. Okay, so let's get into it. Why most beginners struggle to grow their careers or increase income in today's world. Okay, so the first one is skills are outdated fast. A lot of people have skills that people moved beyond, okay? And I'm sorry to say, even people in the tech space currently have skills that a lot of individuals have moved far past. Do you want me to mention? Project management, yes, it's interesting, sounds good, but slowly getting outdated. Do you know what is getting outdated by? AI project management. Data analytics, fantastic course. We have people getting in every day. But all those things that I struggle to do with day in, day out, AI is already swallowing my course, swallowing my pathway. That's another thing you need to know. I'm a marketing manager. I'm a customer support agent. I'm very good to connect with people, say all these fantastic things. But do you know that there are AI call bots, okay? That sounds exactly like you, talk exactly like you, respond to the questions that you would. Trust me, at some point, the entire customer care line, I'm so sorry, it is going to vanish like the wind. You're not going to see it again. Lawyers, I'm not saying you're going to lose your job, but then there's someone that's going to come and basically do it better than you. So you need to be able to keep up with the trend at the end of the day. You need to update yourself. I was speaking to my mother. Mom said that, oh, my mom has been she's in the education space. She has been a principal for close to 20 years. I was like, Church, what am I doing? I need the experience, but I'm currently just stuck doing the same thing over and over again. What can I do to improve my process? And I was like, okay, let's explain all those things that you people are doing. That before you set your exam questions, you know how it is very chaotic. You can actually automate that. You are looking to do reports, you are looking to do your results. It takes them close to a week. You have to mark student script before. Those are ancient of days methods. So you need to be improving as the world is moving forward. If you say you want to stay behind, trust me, you're either going to be earning less, or your job one day, your company will wake up and tell you, I'm so sorry, we don't need your services again. Please come and be going. So you need to update your skills as much as possible. The next thing is, if you are looking at local opportunities, great, there's some fantastic local opportunities. But now the world is global. That means that a lot of companies are looking to hire on a global level. So the expectation is higher, even for entry-level role. You think that being an AI project manager that currently would earn over 60,000 USD annually, you think they will just give you and say, oh yes, because you have experience, I'm going to give you the job. No, they have expectations. The reason why you might get a project manager role that is not AI oriented is because you have that AI skill. Instead of me taking 30 minutes, an hour, 2 hours to be able to create Gantt charts, what if I can do that with AI? And in less than 5 minutes, I'm done and I'm moving forward. They're looking at your quality of work. That's how accurate you do things. And you can't keep doing things manually. You say, oh, I'm the best at it. I'm sorry. AI has picked up a lot of things. I'm not even saying AI. There are automated ways that you can get those things done. So you need to be thinking on a global scale. Don't limit yourself and say, oh, the only type of roles I can get is local roles. Let me not try, because if I try, I'm going to fail. Please fail. If you don't decide to fail, you're not ready to learn. You're not ready to move forward. You're not ready to earn high. You need to be angry enough to say, I can't be going through this. I can't be earning 100K a month. I can't be into what can 200K in this economy do for you? 200K now and 200K 20 years ago, not the same thing entirely. But if you get 2,000 USD, that's already going to close to 2 million naira. Okay. So even if you are joining from any other country, just think about it and apply the currencies. Foreign currencies does a lot, and it's a lot better if you are earning in a foreign currency and you're currently living in your home country. Do you know why? The exchange rate is better for you. You can cruise, you can enjoy, you can, pay your taxes, do everything that is needed. But then at the end of the day, your take home is more valuable than when you're earning just your local salaries. Okay. So you need to look out for upgrading your skills, even if you're going to be going through entry-level project manager. Trust me, it's higher than a director of project management role here in Nigeria, here in Africa. Okay. So these are the things you also need to be looking at. The next one is, your traditional career paths are slow and predictable. We feel like, especially for students that are on the call, you're university graduates. I need to graduate. I would get my entry role. Then I would grow. I would move from just an entry-level person to a manager at some point and virtually go into maybe leading the entire team. I am so sorry. It would shock you that when you are 50 years of age, your line manager would be 22, 25. At this point, nobody's really looking at, oh, how young is this person? Great. If the younger you are, the better for you. If you try to get into the Canadian global market, do you know that you have extra points for just being young? Okay, so if you're wasting your youth right now, you're saying, oh, I'll wait till next year to get it done, to get that skill. I'll wait till, a couple more years. Your time is ticking like a time bomb. Okay, so the younger you are, the better for you to get into, especially if you're looking to move. This is something you also need to put at the front and back of your mind, because it's very, very important. We don't follow traditional processes anymore. The world is looking at, oh, what are the skills you have? What do you have to give to this organization? How can you be effective on your role? If you can do that, then you have a stronger chance of landing a job, okay? Rather than waiting to say, oh, I'm going to follow the traditional processes. Not anymore, okay? And then finally, a lot more people believe that, oh, it is too late to start over. I laugh. I really do laugh. Okay. Because the more you are sinking in that hole where you are, that pothole, the worse your situation is getting. Okay. So I was in a particular role for over a year. Okay. Trust me, I'm very good at job hopping. I have some places that I stay permanently, and there are those I just, once I see that you're moving funny, I move funny away. Okay. I was working consistently for over a year. I was overworked. It was a 9 to 5, but honestly, it was a 24-hour job for me. The expectations were choking. It was strangling me. And after a year of performing, delivering on projects, I went to meet my line manager and say, oh, please, can I get a raise? And he was like, no, we don't do raises here until the next 5 years. So you mean, and I quote, that I have to stay in the same position, earning the same level of peanuts, working like, I don't even know, like, I don't even know the words to describe it. In that same situation, I was angry in my spirit. Trust me, as a typical Nigerian, typical African, I didn't leave the job. Oh, I was searching out there, searching for my better opportunity. Once it clicked, I moved. So one thing you need to know is it's not late to start over. I've mentioned, I have people that I coach that are 50, 60 years of age. Okay. You want to kickstart, then there is a spot for you. Do you know what comes with your elderly processes? The fact that you have more experience. You have what you don't have in AI skills, you have in leadership, you have in understanding a business, you have in your niche. Okay. You could be a banker, you understand financial processes. But now that means I have 50% of my experience. The other 50% will be backed up by AI. So thank you so much, Frederick. You have domain knowledge. That is something they don't buy in markets. You have the experience at the end of the day. So regardless of whatever field you are, you can only really be able to stand out when you have that skill set to the niche. Okay. So once you have your niche, the next thing is, oh, I need to just pad it with AI. Once I just pad it with AI, I know how to do AI, can lead my team. They're not going to hire me for an entry-level role. No, I am going straight to my director role. And I'm going to show you how you can structure your CV to apply for those type of roles. Okay. So this is some of the reasons why a lot of beginners, a lot of people in the industry have not moved from where they are to a greater space. Okay. So now, how is AI currently changing work at the moment? Okay. So in terms of changing work, changing career growth, the expectation is shifting for how long have you worked on something to how fast and effectively you can produce results with the right tools. Yes, if I go to a banking sector, and I'm the banking sector, I have to prepare the end of year reports. We've done Q1 reports, Q2, Q3, Q4, end of year. I need to collate it. And I'm telling my line manager as a data analyst is going to take me 2 weeks to get it done because I have to clean the data. I'm having data coming from different departments, which sometimes those departments do not do their due diligence. So I have to suffer and do that process. But then again, there's somebody, either could be that data analyst who is smart to learn, oh, I need to upskill with AI. This is my current career path, or I decide not to. And there's somebody that can do what would take me 2 weeks to do in less than 15 minutes. You as a company decide who will you hire. This is what people need to learn. Okay, you need to improve as time is going on, or you'll be left behind. So it is better for you to get the AI skill, the manual process. Oh, let's say for whatever reason, maybe there was a downtime on the particular AI tool you're using, can revert back. But that is what 1 in 100 times. So the chances of it happening is very, very low. But then you already have the understanding of the manual process. So you use AI to back it up. And this is what we'll teach you in this program. So in this new environment, people need to learn that people that have AI are always going to have an advantage over those that don't. Because one person can take the entire team's job. Instead of me to pay everybody 200K per in a team of 10, I can just pay 2 million naira to one person, and the person does that job. And the person is not doing it manually at the end of the day. It's AI. If I'm paying you 2 million naira, I can get rid of my team. Fantastic. I get it done. So these are the things that you need to look at from that perspective. Don't say it cannot be me. It will shock you. You'll be so shocked how you can be the person that they dump. Your 10 years of loyal service gone in a split second because now they found someone that can do it better. See, in as much as you want to be loyal to a company, first always have your own interest at heart, because the company would always do what is best for them at the end of the day. If you don't choose to do what is best for you, you're pretty much going to be dumped by the wayside. Okay, so you need to look at it from this perspective. So work is also shifting from manual tasks. Oh, this is what I came to work today. I typed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I did it over and over again. To how can I execute with AI? You don't need to be thinking about how to work harder. Hard work is interesting. I don't want to say hard work doesn't pay, because I don't think that's the right term. But working hard, when you can actually work smart, you need to pick a better route to get it done. Okay. And then speed and output these days matter more than experience. So you want to say, I have experience in this, I have experience in that, great. But how effective, how fast can you get things done? And then the value right now is measured by how well you can make use of AI tools to achieve your goals and your results. So you need to look at implementing AI in your processes. That is the only way you have a good chance of keeping your role or even getting promoted. Even if you don't want to get promoted or your company is quite restrictive in promoting, you can leave. This is what AI does. Okay, so let's take it over to the next slide. So now, there's a lot of information. AI this, AI that, AI old, AI is fantastic. But then in the whole AI space, there are some tech roles that are far, what's the word I'm looking for? They have a higher chance of getting better salaries than others. I'm going to talk about that in this session. Okay, so please ensure that you fill in the form. The attendance form my colleague is dropping. It's very important. I like to keep conversations with people that join my session to know how we can help you with the AI process. So it's very important you fill that so that we can also have your contact details. And then I would be able to send the slide across to you. Okay, so now back to the session. I was talking about the main topic, which is AI copilots. What is AI copilot? How does that concern me? I'm a lawyer, I'm a teacher, I'm an engineer. I don't do anything Excel, I don't do anything spreadsheet. So where does this come into play? Okay, so now imagine you are a pilot. A pilot has what? A co-pilot, an assistant pilot. But who is the main person, for lack of a better word, that drives the plane? It is the pilot. But the co-pilot, helps, guides, navigates, to make sure that you're able to reach your goal faster, with ease, with accuracy. Take it that way. That is pretty much what AI does for you. You're still going to be the one leading the project. You're still going to be the one leading your team. But then you have that unpaid support. That support that can help you achieve your goals faster. So let's take it from a textbook explanation. So AI copilots are software assistants that are powered by artificial intelligence that helps you complete your tasks, often in real time, while you're working on something. So the good part about AI and assisting you is what will take me a couple of weeks to brainstorm, to understand, I can do it in a day. The good thing about AI is it is a data bank. It is a database. Okay. So if I have an idea, okay, most times when I want to think about different solutions, I say, oh, AI, I want to build a company. I like to talk about this company. It's an e-commerce company. I want to be able to, when I go online to buy clothes, I can't see if the clothes will fit me well, if it's going to be too big, if it's going to be too small. I have to be using my imagination. Yes, there are sizes, but I also want to see how it looks on me. There's some clothes in your mind, it looks fantastic, it looks phenomenal, but buy it, wear it, and it looks ridiculous. Okay, but I want to see how that will look on me. So I want my e-commerce app, my shopping app, that when people come and they want to pick a particular fashion style, they go on the app, there would be an AI simulated avatar of me based off my picture. I would have to send a picture, and then it simulates how the clothes will fit on me. This is AI, support. This can help a lot of Instagram, what they call them now, vendors, especially the clothing aspect, get better clients, and for individuals to be very happy, customer satisfaction, and so on and so forth. So now that's just one aspect. But you want to write, you want to do your content. People that say that, oh, I can't sit in front of a camera, I'm too old, my mates are doing this and that, I can't do it. But do you know that this video that you see my face and I'm speaking, what if this wasn't in real time? What if I've actually curated this session, 2 days ago, I'm currently sleeping on my bed and you're listening to me? AI can do that for you. It can capture the sound of your voice, your facial expression, how you speak, and so on and so forth, and deliver the content the same way you would do it. You see my facial expression, you see my mannerism, you're like, oh, this person is actually on this call speaking to me, but I'm on my bed, because AI can do that for you. There are certain concepts that you feel like, oh, it's too cumbersome, it's too complicated for me to understand. AI can help you respond to those questions. Like I mentioned, it can always help you with ideas, to blossom your ideas. I was trying to build a particular kind of solution that we're rolling out. I can't give a lot more details. And I had some ideas. I was like, oh, this is fantastic. I put it into AI and I was like, kind of refine this for me. What are your thoughts? There are things that I didn't think about that AI was able to bring out for me. And I was like, oh, yes, fantastic. I could have thought about this, but it didn't come to mind. At the end of the day, you are human. Artificial intelligence can support you to get to the point faster than when you try to get there by yourself. You know those things when we say, oh, you should stand on the shoulders of your elders to be able to get to where you are going instead of struggling yourself. Put that same context with AI. AI has vast knowledge of companies, of countries, of every single information you might need. So why not take advantage now? Why wait for a long period of time to do that? So these are the things we're going to show you that AI Copilots can help you with. And then decision making. If you are here, you're a business owner, you run a business, you're starting up a business, AI can help you with your business analysis process. Okay, you want to set up a business, or in your business, your company was earning what? 5 million naira when you set it up in 2024. In 2025, it dropped to 2 million naira. You're in 2026. You want to go to 500,000 in profits. Oh, you don't need to get to that point. You can make decision on what you need to do. What did I do in 2024? Oh, was I using manual process, or I particularly using an AI tool in 2024? And 2025, because of cost, I said, okay, let me drop it and go back to the manual process. Or was it that I hired a different type of staff and now I don't have that same skilled level of staff? These are real questions. But if you want to use your normal thinking faculties to say, oh yeah, these are the things that I think, you can never guess in your business, because trust me, that business will go down. You need data. And once you have the data, you need to be able to analyze that data to say, oh, these are what I need to improve on. These are things I don't need to improve on. This is what would help me get my business to the next level. This helps with your decision making. Your decision is not based on emotion. Oh, because I had my brother is in my company, I don't want to remove him. Trust me, it's not family, it's business, it's strictly business. You need to move your business forward. Okay, so you need realistic information to make that decision. And this is what AI Copilots can help you with. The next we have is some of the examples. Okay, for software developers that you have on the call, you have things like GitHub Copilot. But for people that don't even want to, make use of coding to build their website, a software developer have charged you 1.2 million naira every month for the next 6 months to build your website. You can build your website by yourself. I'm going to show you how to do that in the next couple of slides. If you use Microsoft Workspace, we all know Microsoft 365 Copilots, okay? Excel, Power BI users, and so on and so forth. Copilots would help you with this. Even Google itself right now has Copilots. You can see I'm presenting a slide, right? Let me go back to it. These are my list of slides. You can see things here on the side. Visualize, there's media, there's upload. I have the option to even beautify my slides if I choose to at the end of the day. These are things you can do with AI. All these features did not used to be on this, but now the world has advanced. And you say, oh, I don't want to take advantage of this. Let me just be spending 20 years to do slides. I hate creating slides. That's my current pet peeve. But then now AI can help me. I just give it the ideas. These are things I'm going to do. I go in there and I impute all my images, and at the end of the day, I have the information. So AI can help you with your process a lot faster. Customer support Copilots. On Instagram now, if you notice, if influencers post, they say comment AI, comment this, comment that. Once you comment AI, a customer support chatbot picks it up, and then you get a response. If I have over 1,000 comments, am I supposed to manually be sending message? At the end of the day, you have people that pop up on your website. Do you manually send them messages? These are the things that you need to know. So there are a lot more of these processes that can help you get your work done faster. And that is what AI would help you achieve. Okay. So now what are those high demand tech roles? And I didn't just go to pick out just random. These are backed with data. Everything I give, every information I give, I try to make sure that, I do a proper analysis before explaining to other people. So there are about 10 of them based off the ranking. So we have AI software and web developer. Yes, I want to build my web. I want to build my website. I want to build my applications. But I'm not looking to write a code. I'm not interested in that. That's one of the reasons that you'd run away from it. You can do that, a fully functional website. Okay. So this is a role that you can get into. The next one is generative AI engineer. What does generative AI means? AI to generate, AI to create, whether it's dashboards, whether it's reports, whether it's images. This image that you see here is AI created. If you go to LinkedIn at the moment, a lot of the profile pictures you see on there is AI generated. Photographers are currently losing their jobs. If I want to take a full-on headshot, I go on my AI app and it does. I just take a picture, it beautifies it. I want to create a video. Instead of me manually struggling, I can create a video with a terrible background. And at the end of the day, AI cleans up the background, cleans up I look fantastic at the end of the day. Okay. So generative AI for engineers or generative AI engineer, then AI automation engineer. This one, very versatile, very much in demand. Regardless of whatever industry you are, you need this one. All the courses I mentioned, you need them, but AI automation engineer, you need them. Do you know why? Everybody does that repetitive, monotonous, boring, annoying tasks every single day. That if you wish that you had a personal assistant to dump it on, but right now, you can actually get a personal assistant that you don't need to pay at all. You don't need to pay that personal assistant at all. The thing will do your work as it should be. And you are there chilling, go on vacations. Nobody really needs to know, especially for those that work from home. You can get it done. You're working from the office. You are struggling with these things. You can get it done. And you know the most interesting aspects, that particular thing you create, you can do it different industries. It doesn't matter what industry that you are in, you need an AI automation engineer. And that is why it is very, very high in demand. Okay. So if you're still with me on this call, I feel like I've been talking plenty. I want to make sure that you're still on here. Just drop in the chat, let's go. Okay. Oh, Gabriel is giving me a thumbs up. Let's go, let's go. Thumbs up. I can't see everybody at the same time, but if you put it in the chat, I know that you are here. Okay, so Emmanuel says he can't see my slides. My slides are currently up. Maybe it could be network glitch on your end. You can drop off and then join in. Okay, so if you are still with me so far, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's talk money, let's talk tech roles, let's talk AI and what needs to be done. Okay, so come on guys, this is less than 10 if I'm on here. We're over 50 on this call. Let's see that you're still here. Please don't sleep. Any money matter, you cannot afford to sleep on it. To be very honest, it is legal, it is achievable, you can do it. I want to make sure that we are going to get you to that point. Okay, so don't say AI tech, I don't know where to start from. This is what I'm going to explain to you, where to start from. Okay, so let's go. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, so let's move on. The next one is AI for data analyst. Okay, so as a data professional, or you're not even a data professional, you are a customer care person, trust me, you have data. Nobody should lie to you. You have data. Okay, so for that data, for you to be able to make decisions, to say I want to go from point A to point B, I need to analyze my data. Analyze is such a fancy word. What's the better way to say it? I need to break down my data so that I know what to do next. I know where to go from here. I don't want to stay where I am. You need data to make decisions. So even as a healthcare professional, they have healthcare AI data analyst, marketing AI data analyst. Even in the engineering field, I work in oil and gas, FMCG, wherever you are, you need data analyst. Okay, so that is why it's another important tech skill. The next one, machine learning engineers. You want to build AI agents, you want to be able to build different workflow agents. This is where you need to be. Please, engineer. It does not mean you need science background. It does not mean you need technical background. You can be a dropout, but you need to have the passion for learning. You need to be ready to make mistakes, and you need to pick a course, see through. That is the only way you truly learn. Okay, so machine learning engineer, this is pretty much what you're going to be building. Then you have AI business intelligence analysts. If you run a business, you're a business intelligence specialist, do you know what that does for you? The chances of your business losing money is very, very low. Why? Because day to day, week on week, month on month, you are checking your processes, you are checking your operations, you're checking the people that work for you. You are getting innovative processes that you can do to uplift your business. You are diversifying. This is where you're going to thrive and grow as a company, as an organization. So if you're looking to get into the AI process, especially the business world, you need AI business analysis. Okay. The next one is product developer, website developer. You know, AI is taking it to the next level. I have a lot of software developer friends. These days, those code that they used to write that, treasure, I'm going through a lot. I need to go and cool my brain and come back. They don't do it anymore. Don't let them deceive you. You're collecting 1.2 million naira. Some of them are collecting 2.5 million naira. Some of them are collecting 2,500 USD. The software development space, very high in demand. But now they're coming back to learn AI because AI is going to be the defining factor between where they are to where they need to go to. Okay. So as a software developer, you feel like, oh, I'm already in the tech space. It's not going to touch me. AI is not going to affect me. It's affecting everybody. It's going to touch everybody. Okay. So you have AI for product development. This one is the one that even me, I missed out on. It was like, if I had known, I should have started sooner. Content media creation, influencers, Jesus Christ. Every time that I have to deal with an influencer, I tell myself, I'm going to get into being an influencer. You hear somebody open their mouth and tell me for a 60-second video, I will pay them $500. I said 60-second video, 2.5 million naira. As how? What are you going to say? So I told myself, I took it upon myself that, I can't be sleeping on this. I have a friend who, got into it. Realistically, what she does is educational content. I speak on project management content. That's what I sit down and I speak on. And I was like, oh, is this thing going to do anything? Is it going to... When the first day I did my video, I had over 6 different people reach out to me. Oh, Treasure, can you mentor me in the project management space? And I'm not saying free of charge. Your time is your money at the end of the day. Paid mentorship. And that's just on my own part. You have a business, you're selling products. But then you are not displaying your product as it needs to be. You are not giving it the necessary attention. Trust me, if you just make that shift, okay, you say, oh, you can't sit in front of a camera to do content. Who is asking you to do that? You don't need to sit in front of a camera. You want to run sales ads. You want to run awareness ads, okay, that actually converts. AI can help you with that. You know why? It basically deals with information from all over the globe. There are different types of influencers with different style. It picks the best optimized style for you and goes ahead to create those content. So if you're interested in content creation, anybody can do content creation. Do you know why? You yourself, you're a brand. Day in, day out, you have your content that goes on your platform. What are you telling people? On this particular call, you would have heard me mention over 10 times I'm a project manager. If you didn't even hear anything, that's the one thing you will hear. Because I talk about it day in, day out. You have to carry what you do on your head at the end of the day. Okay? Your recruiter from the US is not going to find you on your bedroom, even if you are the best AI project manager, best data analyst. They won't come and pick you from the bed. You need to put out that content. You need to engage with people to get that. Okay? So this is for content and media creation. The next one is HR, my human resource people. I greet you specially. Okay. So when it comes to recruiting, I've had the opportunity to recruit, and I know it is a very stressful job, especially when you're looking at multiple CV. I put out one job opportunity. I have over 1,000, 5,000 people. I should look at 5,000 resumes. Do you want me to go insane? I'm looking at different people's resumes. So now, even in this day and age, there are AI tools to analyze those resumes. Okay. If you've ever gotten that email, unfortunately, we're not moving forward with your application. It's not a human being that sent you that email. It is AI. If you basically create workflows, the AI would look at your resume as against the criteria, and if you're a good fit, it goes ahead to push you for the job. If you're not a good fit, automatically you move to the trash. You move into rejection email. So these are simple ways. You want to create performance dashboard. You're spending time, Excel, Power BI. It's not in this day and age. Okay, so these are things that can help you in your own current process. And then you can be an AI solutions consultant. Okay, so I do consult for businesses. Okay, so we have the consulting arm of 296 business. So there are businesses that are looking to set up, oh, I have a particular product, how do I go about scaling it, and so on and so forth. You can actually be an AI solution consultant, and this is for people that have experience. If you have experience, this is a place where you're going to thrive. So these are the 10 high demand tech roles you have in AI. Let's move on quickly. You don't believe me? These are real-time job opportunities. You can see AI software development. This job is over 207,000 USD. Okay, this person just needs 7 years of experience in technical project strategy, machine learning design, optimizing machine learning infrastructures, and so on and so forth. You have a medical device analyst. We have a lot of students that have gotten into the NHS, okay? So the NHS, they're going to be paying you 37,000 rather, pardon me, to 45,000 per year. Even if it's 1,000 pounds, you know what that can do for you. Let's not lie to ourselves. 37,000 per year, you are a superstar. Coming into AI software development, 120,000 to 150,000. You are looking at AI automation engineering role. The salary minimum is 63,000 USD to 126,000. And these roles, less than 10 years of experience. Okay, so you also want to ask me, Treasure, I'm a beginner. I've never done anything AI or tech related. How do I want to match somebody that has 10 years of experience? Trust me, there's a way to create your CV, okay? And this is why projects are important. The way you structure your CV are important. You have 10 years of proper experience. Don't worry. We curate it in such a way that we infuse AI into all your levels of experience. So if you've done 10 years as a marketing analyst, we're going to create AI workflows that can be used in the marketing space. So now it's not only that you did marketing stuff, you also created AI workflows to help you propel your marketing, your marketing firm. So these are some of the things you're going to be looking at. So let's look at average salaries. In the UK, for AI roles, the average salary you're going to be getting is 60,000 to 90,000 pounds. Please don't tell me that it's not possible for a Nigerian, it's not possible for an African. You can get this money. If you put your head down, you learn the skills, you build the skills, you can actually get it, okay? The next one you have is 80,000 to 138,000 Canadian dollars. Very, very important. You can make that big buck, okay? Then in USD, you're looking at 120 to 180,000 naira. People day in, day out are making this money. So if you want to sleep on your 400K, 200K, 300K, plus tax, plus living expenses, trust me, this should be your goal. If you put on a plan that between now and end of year, I want to get a role like this. I'm not saying get 60,000, you're even getting 30,000 USD. You can achieve it. Realistically, you have between May to December. Set a goal, set a game plan. I'm not saying, oh, I wish, I dream. I wish is not a solution. Putting a proper plan can actually help you reach your goal quickly. So these are just some more roles. Oh, and yeah, I like to talk about success stories because it means it is not just, oh, these are the things that I'm saying. These are the things that have been done. So Pavel, he was a teacher. You know what that means? Back in Cameroon. And he was able to get a US role as a healthcare data analyst. Teacher to health data analyst. How does that correlate? So that's why I keep telling people that it doesn't matter where you're coming from. Your background is not a defining factor. You could have studied sociology in school and you basically can get into healthcare data analyst. It is just all the things that you do from now to when you get to that point. I mentioned earlier, if you have any questions, so you don't forget your questions as I'm talking, just put it in the chat so that I can also take notes of those questions because I can see some hands raised. I'll look at them once we, wrap up. We'll wrap up in the next couple of minutes, okay? So we have Bukola. She was able to get a full-on business analyst role. Someone that was working, trying to get into the AI business analyst space and was able to land those roles, okay? And then finally, you have Judith, who was a care worker. Like I said, we've not only trained Africans in Africa, we've trained Africans in the diaspora. Imagine working as a care worker. No shame to that job, but you know how physically demanding it is. A lot of us have dreams. I want to go to the UK. I want to go to the US. But when you get there, what can you do? Okay, these are things that you realistically need to look at. What can I do? How can I make money? It is a money factor. But for it to be a money factor, you need to be able to be value driven. You need to give them something. You need to have value that they need. And this is when you get those type of roles. So she was able to get a business analyst roles. These are not just all. Go on YouTube, type 10 analytics business, loads and loads of testimonials. And I'm not saying, like I told you in the start of the session, the success for us is not training you. You can go to any EdTech company, get your certificate. I don't really care. At the end of the day, what we're looking at is how can you monetize your skills? How can you make money from those skills? That is what we will focus on here in analytics business. Okay. So now you need to learn the skills required to land a high-paying AI role. So we have 6 of these programs, okay, that are vetted to actually land you those roles. And I've talked of them casually during the session, but now I want to give you proper explanation. Okay, so this can help direct, oh, which of these AI roles is going to be a good fit for me. Okay, and then if you still like you're not still sure, you can put your AI career pathway in the chat, or you can raise your hands, and once I'm done with the presentation, I can take your questions. The first one you'd have is story short. I want to build apps, I want to build websites for different companies, but I don't want to write code. That is for you. If you want to set up a business, you want to have a profile, you want to have a website, application, AI will get it done for you quickly. And I'm talking about AI software website developments. They average 40,000 to 50,000 USD annually for entry level. I'm not even saying 5 years, 6 years into the business, entry level. Retainership, you're doing over 2,000 to 5,000 USD. The next one, content and video creation. I've talked about this quite a bit. Building content, creating content itself. Not only do you get brand deals, you get individuals reaching out to you directly. You build your page. You become a voice, okay? A lot of people want to set up YouTube channels. A lot of people want to set up their pages. Even LinkedIn, as simple as LinkedIn. If you're an influencer on LinkedIn, you make a lot of money because companies would reach out to you to speak at events. And I'm not saying 5 naira or free events. You are paid to talk. This is what you will benefit for AI content and video creation. Okay, so we'll show you how to achieve this. And I'm saying practicals. It's not a talk. I've been talking plenty actually. This is what you need to do, and this is how you need to do it. And then you on your system, you go ahead to do it. You on your phone, you go ahead to do it. If you check the Instagram page, you would see this series we just kicked off. A conversation or interview with past heroes. That thing is blowing up. It's just an idea. Past heroes, Nnamdi Azikiwe, is he not dead? He's dead. But we had an interview with him. It has the sound of his voice, how he talks, it looks like him. These are creatives that can get people, get the conversation going. If you go on Instagram about now, there are some pages you can't even tell if it's real or not because they have AI avatars. These are not even real humans at the end of the day, but they have over 2 million followers. If you don't even put your face online, AI can help you with videos that you can achieve this. Okay. The next one we have is AI automation engineering. Okay. I spoke about this just a little bit. So if you have those repetitive tasks that you do day in, day out, not even you've noticed that these are issues that companies are facing, but they don't have a solution to it. You can come up with a solution. Do you know why? AI automation engineers, they are first problem solvers. So you need to be someone who likes to solve problems. Then you get into AI automation. Okay. So you're looking at, oh, how can I automate my processes? Oh, I struggle with this every day. I have to do it every day. I'm a teacher. I mark scripts. I'm a lawyer. I have to deal with clients and so on and so forth. How can I automate those processes? You do it with AI. There are AI workflows to get it done. There are, you have the multi-AI agent process. The next one is bot system. Okay, so the bot system, you need a customer support bot. You need what? A predictive bot. If you joined earlier on, you're in the financial market, stock market, crypto market, you can predict with AI. The next one is, when you go on the Mac ecosystem, there's Siri of the Mac ecosystem. Oh, Siri, what's the closest restaurant to me? And Siri pops up and gives you an answer. Do you know that's like a voice AI agent? You can actually go ahead to set that up yourself, okay? This you can do with AI as well. These are all the benefits, and it is high in demand. This is not a cheap program. It's not a cheap salary program. This is one of those top programs if you go on Upwork, Fiverr, freelancing platforms that you can get. Then the next one we have is generative AI for data analytics. I've talked about this over and over again. Data, foundation of every single organization. But then all the data analysts I know at the moment is Excel, Power BI, SQL, Tableau. That's if you're using the Microsoft Workspace. If it's Google, you're looking at Google Sheets. You're looking at Google, Looker Studio, BigQuery. Fantastic. Keep doing that. Great work. But now, not everyone is dealing with that process over and over again, because there are AI tools that can help me achieve all those things that I struggle with faster. Okay, so we are looking at your data process. AI can help you with the analysis in a short amount of time. 15 minutes, I'm done. I move ahead. And someone want to ask me, oh, can I edit my data? Can I make changes? Can I update this or that? You can actually do that with artificial intelligence. Okay, so that's the next top skill that you can get. Moving to the next one, you have AI for business analysis and project management. This one, I'm very biased, okay? So for business professionals, I say business professional, you own a business, you run a business. How can you make use of AI to make sure that your business keeps running at a smooth pace, keeps getting an upward projection for revenue, upward projection for profit, okay? And also looking at intricacies in your operations, you can do that. Then on the project management end, projects are temporary, but then they are hinged on three things. You're making sure that your project is on time, it is within budget, and it is on scope. This is what a project is based on. If I give you a project, I need a website project done in the next 6 months. If you can do it in 5 months, 5.5 months, you're a superstar. If I give you a budget of 6 million naira, if you can do it in 5 million or 5.5, you get more clients. But how can you manage those resources? AI can help you from your project, initiation phase to your project closure phase. When you plan, when you execute, AI can help you on all these processes to achieve your goals. And then finally, you have the AI for HR analytics space, okay? So when it comes to HR analytics, you're looking at the recruitment process. So how can I hire for a role? I've mentioned recruiting a nightmare of a role. But then AI can help you with your processes from start to finish, making sure that you are hitting those, recruitment goals at the end of the day. Or let's say you're even looking at it from this perspective. I want to build a dashboard. I did Q1 appraisal. Oh, we had 5 stars that were not doing well. What are the necessary steps that I need to take? I can't just manually say, based off my understanding, these are the people that are not doing well. You can use AI to achieve those goals, okay? So these are the 6 different programs that you can get into, okay? So you might want to ask which one is a good fit for me, which is not a good fit for me. You can put those questions in the chat, and then I can also take a look at your questions, okay? So now moving on to the next slide. What are the mistakes that you are making as a beginner, as someone looking to get into tech? The first thing is you are learning by only watching videos. YouTube videos. You go in, day out, you keep on watching those videos over and over. Great, but that's not the only way. You need your projects. You need experience. You need to actually have done this thing. It is one thing to say, I know how to use Excel. Another thing to go into Excel, build a full-on dashboard. If you are not improving your skills, it is not going to magically get better. Okay? Then the next one you have is no real projects. If you go for global interviews, one of the key things they ask for is, what projects? Tell me about a time when you were able to build this or that. If you cannot give a proper response to that, you've not really done anything. Okay? So you don't have proper projects. The next thing is no local experience in health tech. And then finally, you have generic CVs and LinkedIn profile. If I ask some of you to share me your CV, to share your LinkedIn profile, it is a very interesting site. You've not updated your CV in the last 6 years, and then magically you feel like, you have the opportunity to get new roles. You can't say you're applying for AI automation engineering role with your doctor CV. It's not going to work now. Let's be very honest with ourselves. You need to actually tailor your CV. Do you know that you have a chance of actually applying for 10 roles and getting 1 interview every week if you tailor your CV one? If you don't just leave it at that and say, I've applied though, out of the next 100 people, me, I've applied, so I got the job or I have a chance. No, you need to do your part. Reach out to the recruiter, reach out to a top management person in that company, reach out to peers to ask questions. That is the way to actually get in. If you rely on just applying and calling it a day, no, you need to work. See, looking for a job is a job in itself. That's the truth. If you're looking for a job, it's an additional job to what you do. So you need to make sure that you are actually tailoring your CV and your LinkedIn profile is up to standard. Okay. So you don't have any professional mentor for interview prep. So look at it. These global job opportunities, do you think the way we do interviews here in Nigeria is the same way it's done in the US, in the UK? No. They're moving from just introductory call to actually having interviews with you. And the interview question is not going to be the same. So you need somebody to guide you through the process, to simulate the actual questions that they can ask and how you can respond. Tell me about yourself. You spend 5 minutes talking about, oh, these are what I've done. This is what I've done. You've bored the person out of their mind. Do you know the real thing? You have 2 minutes tops to respond to that question. And every time you respond to that question, you break it into 3 parts. You break it into your experience, your value as an individual, and the organizations that you've worked with prior. No long story. Mentally, you need a process. If you don't have a process, you don't know how to answer those questions. Okay. So once you have these 3 different buckets, you are able to respond to those questions better. Oh, I know that. Oh, I'm going to talk about my experience. This is what I wanted to say in my experience. 30 seconds, 45 seconds tops. I move into the values, okay? These are the values I'm going to bring into the organization. You need to have different cadres to respond to those questions, or your response is just going to be typical, okay? So we also need to guide you in that process. So tech jobs in AI, like I've mentioned, it is 2 aspects, okay? So you need to learn by doing. In as much as you see the processes, you need to also be able to do those things. So you need to work on a project-based, platform, and then showcase your work. I would not know that you're a project manager or you're an architect if I don't see it. If I'm looking for a project manager, trust me, top of mind, you've heard Treasure like 20 times because I talk about it, I post about it, I made my whole personality about it. Okay, some of my personality, by the way. You need to showcase what you've done. I know that some of those projects that are a bit restrictive. You can blow out information. You don't need to give the entire, work to the public at the end of the day. But you need to showcase it. You need to put it out there. If you've not learned anything, your brand visibility is one of the most important aspects. Keep putting your jobs out there. Okay. So now, how can you gain experience? If you're going to take the 1096 business program, one thing that you are guaranteed of is projects. See, we are not dashing your certificate. If you don't fulfill the criteria, forget about it. At the end of the day, we're going to handhold you, but we're also going to make sure that you learn by doing, learn by making mistakes, and so on and so forth. Okay, so you're going to work on 10 projects for the entirety of the program. 10 different projects. Okay, the other way, especially if you are looking at US UK roles, 1096 business is based out of Canada. Okay, we are also accredited in the US and the UK. One thing we tell our students, one thing we tell our participants is once you kickstart the program, put it on your resume, put it in your CV, put it on your LinkedIn profile. I'm consulting for 1096. And this is not just a silly thing. Oh, how am I consulting? I'm just learning. No, because we're giving you projects. We have partner companies that we're going to be working on real world projects with. So the goal for this is once you apply for a job, companies in the US, UK, they are pretty interesting. They want you to have a foreign experience. They want you to have a Canadian US experience. So you need companies like that are situated in those places to actually, reach out to that particular specification that is required. So 1096 has that level for you. So we are helping you push that. Okay. So your reference letter, your recommendation letter, once you need it, you are obliged. You basically get that immediately. So we're going to give you all this to help push your career, okay? If you're looking for foreign roles, you don't want to be restricted to just local roles. These are the better ways to get those type of roles, okay? So moving on, these are some of the few job boards that we currently have for remote opportunities. So I've talked about the reference letters. In terms of employability, we've talked about programs, AI this, AI that, but 50%. This is the main 50%. Okay. How can I monetize my skills at the end of the day? So CV, we're going to help you optimize it. We work with a lot of recruiters. So when it comes to the ATS system, I kind of know what they require. You apply for a project manager role. Do you know there's something as simple as on the job resume, on the job description, they ask for 5 years experience, not more than 5 years of experience. And you have 7 years of experience. You put 7 years on your resume, you most likely wouldn't move forward. Do you know why? You are now overqualified for that role. You are no longer even within the range. Something as simple and small as that can take you away from the entire process. You come to a role on the job title, they say I'm looking for a project manager health tech, and just your title is project manager. You don't have health tech there. Forget about it. It seems very minute, but then it's AI. So AI is very direct, it's more quality. They look for specific information. If it's not there, it's not a human being. I say, oh, okay, this person, I think this person might have a chance. It's not about a chance. If you don't have it, you don't have it. And your resume goes into the trash. So this is something that would show you, these are just one of the examples. Then your LinkedIn profile. I've done LinkedIn recruiting, okay? And I've had a lot of HR friends. One thing that comes to LinkedIn is, oh, on your profile, you want to be an AI automation engineer. It's not even anywhere in your headline. LinkedIn itself right now is also an AI-based platform. So it picks up certain words. If you don't have those specific words, you don't get, recruiters don't reach out to you. The next thing is you don't even have your projects on your platform. It is not featured anywhere. If I go to your experience, you just put, oh, implementation manager, you put the name of the company, you call it a day. As how? Where is the experience? What did you do for the company? What was the accomplishment? The worst part is when it comes to the about page, and then people just have, oh, let's connect, let's have a conversation. Please don't, anything that you do, make sure that you do it well. And LinkedIn is a very good global professional platform. One of the key things in the next one is navigating the job market. Everyone thinks that to get a job, I need to apply. I always laugh. The most jobs I've gotten recently, I didn't apply for them. Did I reach out? Yes, but I didn't apply for the roles. One thing I've done is, since I've optimized my LinkedIn profile, I pretty much reach out to founders, co-founders, people in top management. And in very things, if your LinkedIn profile is not up to par, and you reach out to a co-founder, they would ignore your message, okay? So you always need to come from a perspective of value. What value are you offering at the end of the day? So when it comes to navigating the job market, there's what I like to call the ASN strategy. It is application, social media, and networking. I can't break down all that in today's conversation, but know that if you're looking for global roles, you have a better opportunity with startup companies than already established companies. And don't go and reach out to recruiters. Should one of the people you reach out to, but also reach out to the decision makers directly. If you want to reach out to the CEO, better chance of getting a job. Reach out to the CEO and not say, oh, please, I apply for a role. Oh, look at my CV. No. If I'm applying for a project manager role, I try to find out what's this project about. What I did was I created a 2-year delivery plan for a particular company, and I sent it to them. I like to call it the value-added document, okay? I saw this particular project. These are my insights. These are my thoughts on it. I'd like to get on a 15-minute call to walk you through it, okay? If you have any questions, let's get on the call. That's an intro line, okay? I'm not saying, oh, I applied for your job. I'm making myself a person of value. That gets me the job faster, okay? Then interview preparation. One thing to know about interviews is that, it's different. You really need that simulation and would help prepare you on that. One thing you also need to know is you get lifetime access to this. So whether you are still in the program 2030, 2050, okay, 2050 might be too far. 2030, you can come back to say, oh, I was a student of scientist business. I need you to help me prep. Then job reference letter. We'll give you reference letter. I've mentioned this earlier. On the job support, weekly mentorship sessions. So we have students that have gone to work in Amazon, Google, NHS, some startup companies. So we have them come back, explain what they've done so far, how they've achieved their goals, and so on and so forth. Then, if you don't want to leave your 9 to 5, you don't want to leave your business, we can help you with the freelancing aspect of things, okay? So these are all the things you'll be benefiting from the program. So the class is going to be for 2 months. 2 months, that is 8 weeks. It is 100% online. So even if you miss the class, you're going to have access to the recordings. So classes are strictly on the weekends. You have Saturdays, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., and then Sundays, 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. And then you have your weekday sessions. Tuesday evening, if you have any questions, you can reach out to your facilitator and they will respond to your questions. And then Thursdays, you have evening mentorship sessions as well. Okay, so this is the certificate. certificate you're getting. Don't think that it's just all fun and games. You're going to be getting a certificate. But before you get awarded this certificate, you are going to go through fire. Okay, when I mean go through fire, I mean we're going to try to shape you, make sure you have the necessary skill set, and at the end of the day, you'll be awarded this particular certificate. Okay, so these are the key things that you need to focus on. Okay, so the main things you need to look at is you need to learn. Pick a skill. I've given you 6. Pick one of them. Learn it. Focus on it. Grow. Pick a niche. Package yourself. Get experience through the projects, your CVs, your LinkedIn, your portfolio, as the case may be. Then start to apply. Don't use one CV for 10 different job roles. Tailor each CV to the applications you're doing, okay? And this helps you land a role, okay? So moving on to this question, how can we help you? I want to make sure that you are still here. If you feel like, there's someone that can benefit from this session, still send them the link, okay? If you're still here, give me a thumbs up. I want to make sure you've not slept and left me on this call. If you're still on the conversation, if you're still here, if you want to know how we can help you get started, give me a thumbs up. I just about like 5 people, okay? Okay? Guys, we're over 40 plus on this call. I'm still expecting you to be awake, okay? Okay? That's less than 20, okay? Okay, so the remaining 22 people, have you slept? Is your laptop still playing? Okay. All right. So how can we help you get started? My motto for 2026, and I'm going to share it with everyone, is you can't stay where you are. We're already in Q2, midway of Q2. You should be looking to make a change in 2026. Salary-wise, promotional-wise, job-wise, you can do better for yourself. And you need to get to that point where you're actually doing better for yourself, okay? So you need to get into the AI process of things. So we have a course that is starting either 9th of May or 6th of June. You can choose to register now, start 9th of May, or you can register 6th of June, okay? So these are still many more success stories, that you can get into. I've explained all the different courses, but you can look at them once more. You can get into for content, for vibe coding. There's the AI automation program, generative AI for DA and HR, business analysis, and then projects management. Okay, so now let's go into money talk. Okay, the actual cost for the program is 250,000 naira. Please don't run. Don't be scared. Okay, there is a better aspect to this conversation. But then we are doing, I like to be nice. I told my people that let's do some nice stuff. Okay, so we're running our discounts, our installment package, discounts, whatever you want to call it. But now that's very limited. I've been doing this for the last month or so, since start of April. So by today, we're looking to wrap up with these discounts, especially this evening. So if you're looking to get on this particular discount, you can see my screen clearly. There's a one-time payment of 120,000 naira rather. But if you can't make the 120,000 naira payment, you can pay 150,000 naira in 3 places, 50,000 naira each. If you don't want to start in the May cohort, that is starting May 9th, you can register now and start in the June cohort. But if you want to wait in the middle of May to say I want to register for June, or in the middle of June to register for June, I'm so sorry, you're going to have to pay that extra 100,000. And if you are in Ghana, Kenya, Rwanda, and so on and so forth, please don't run. Your currencies are all available to make payments, okay? So if you're looking to get into this, I really want to help people as much as possible. So I want to do a one-on-one mentorship with, people that I can have on this call. If you stay on this call, out of 42, my time is precious. It's paid for, but now I'm going to do it for free, just to get you to register, help you map out a plan, and so on and so forth. So I just have 10 slots available from this session. That was why I asked you to fill the attendance form. Okay, fill the attendance form. That's on one end. But I'm going to only give, special credits to people that actually go ahead to make payment this evening. It's going to be on a first come, first serve basis. And I just have 10 slots. I can't do more than 10 people. It might seem like a very small number, but that's my capability. Okay. I want to help you map out your entire career plan, making use of AI, what you need to do, how you can help you monetize your skills. But then I just have 10 slots for that. Okay. We also have our early bird class, but that offer is for, optimizing your CV, LinkedIn, even before class starts. But that would also only be reserved for those that make payment this evening. 10 slots, and I call it a day. I can't. Last week I did over 30 people. I spoke with over 30 people. I know how hectic it was. So I'm just going to do 10 slots this evening. If you know that you're looking to get into AI, you want to get started, you're confused, go ahead, lock in your slot. 50,000 naira, 120,000 naira, you lock in and you're good to go. So now let me show you how you can actually make payments. So you can see that my colleagues are dropping how to make payments. Oh, Joseph, I'm so sorry. I know you didn't plan to, but hopefully if you can, go ahead to lock in the slot. It's pretty important so that I can guide you on your process. Okay. So basically, all the 6 programs are on the website. You can see them. So if you want to register for any program, just click on enroll now. Okay. So once you click on enroll now, it is going to take you to the next page. Okay. So once you click on enroll now, I think my network is a tad bit slow. So it will take you to the page where you can actually make your registration. So while that is popping up, if you are very interested in this, I would implore that you do this registration this evening. Okay, so you choose your payment plan. There are 2 payment plans. You can choose for May or June cohorts. If you don't want to start in May, there is June, but ensure you do this discount this evening, because I've been pushing it from 29th or 30th of April. Oh, I have people that reach out to me. I've not received salary. 1st of May. This is 2nd of May. There's only so much that I can really do to help individuals. Okay. So you choose your May or June cohorts. You can either decide to do a full payment plan. Okay, what's wrong now? Okay, full payment plan, or you can pay in installments. Okay. So like I said, if I want to pay part payments, I go ahead to choose the Nigerian currency. If I want to pay in Kenyan shillings, I can also choose that. Ghanaian cedis, you can see the conversions all up here. But, go ahead to lock in your slot this night. I'm going to be monitoring the sales dashboard, and then we can pretty much guide you on that. People have never allowed me to talk to people who have made payments. Okay, all right. So please just lock in your slots as much as possible. I'm only going to take 10 people. I just have 8 slots left. And after the 8 is done, you can see my voice is very cracked. I want to call it a 9 as soon as possible. Okay. So if you have any questions, concerns, anything that you want me to, it is way too much of an amount I can sum up with. Okay, that's why there is the discount. Sorry, there's the installments plan. Okay, you can pay in installments 50,000. Okay, so you can lock in your slot. The good part is, if you want to even register for the June cohort, we can also consider something a tad bit lower than 50K, but that you can register on the website, right? You can just make a direct transfer of a minimum of 30K. This is for those that are going for June cohort, to be able to lock in your slot. So once it gets into June, you're not paying 250K with the rest. You are able to, be able to maximize as much as possible. But that's the absolute best I can do as of now. Okay. If you miss out on this, you come back next week and say, oh, Treasure, this, that, I can't do anything for you. Okay. So yeah, I think now would be a good time to take questions. I've seen some people have raised their hands for quite a bit of time. I'm going to take your questions. So I'm going to also give you the opportunity to speak. 1 second. Let me unmute your mics. Yeah, if you have a question, please go ahead to put it in the chat. Okay. So now that you guys can speak. So the first person I have on here is Sunday. Sunday, you have your hands raised. Please go ahead with your question, Sunday. Hi, Sunday. Are you on the call? Sunday, good evening. Your hands are raised. Do you have a question? If it's not a question, you can put it down. Or if you don't want to speak, put your question in the chat, okay? So put your question in the chat and I'll be able to respond to your question. Hi, Sunday, are you there? Okay, I'm not getting any response. Joseph, I saw your comment in the chat, but do you have a question? Please go ahead with your question, Sunday. Hi, Sunday, are you still here? Okay, I'm not getting any feedback. We have basic, I don't even know what this is, but Professional Institute, Basprain's hand. Your hand is up. Hi, Professional Institute, Basicleon. Okay, guys, you guys are awfully quiet, and that is very, very scary. If you don't want to speak, you don't want to raise your hand, please put your question in the chat. I'm not even asking you to pay, but I just want to give you clarification before we call it a night. Okay. So, okay, we just had another payment coming. So
Can you hear
that's
me?
three. Okay, yes, I can hear you now. Who is speaking?
Yeah, can you hear me,
Please go
Sunday?
on.
Yeah,
Yes,
can I go
Sunday.
on?
Yeah, please go on.
Yeah,
Yes,
please, I
please go
want
on.
to ask, yeah, how frequent do you have this Zoom section? Because I actually joined in just few minutes to the hour of 8. So I would like to join your next Zoom class so that I want to get a full, like, I want to get the way the program works. When next is your Zoom session?
Oh, do you mean this like masterclass session, or you mean the actual class itself?
No, 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 no. This very Zoom meeting that you held, that is going on right now. So like when next, like I joined in
Okay.
late, so I didn't join in from the
Oh,
beginning. So
you,
that's what I'm saying. I would like to join from the beginning of the class so that I will get details and how everything. I think I like the program and the arrangement. Sometimes you might want to join programs like this, but probably you are skeptical. You want to, the way
mhm.
you split your payment, instrumental payment is good like that. So one can decide, even if he or she is not comfortable with the program and all that, decide to back out. But then if
Mhm.
it's something interesting and then it's something, you kind of curious to know what is inside, you will be interested to make the subsequent payment if you are paying instrumentally, as the case may apply. So I would like to join
Yeah.
the meeting. I would like to join the meeting from the beginning. Like when next are you having a class? And
Okay, so
then
the
so
next
to
time is
say,
Wednesday, but
okay, because I like the way you fix it. It suit the convenience of people that like working class. You said Saturday, Sunday, Tuesday. I think I'm fine with the arrangement. I'm fine, but I would just like to attend maybe that Wednesday Zoom session.
okay. So the problem is you can actually, or it's not a problem rather, if you filled in the attendance, you can watch the recording of this particular session. This session is recorded, so you can go over it. But the problem is by Wednesday, the discount will not be available. Okay, so we're looking at this night, latest tomorrow morning for that to be available. But majorly this night, I want to close it by maybe 11:59. I don't want to have to do last minute registration. It's very, very stressful. Okay. So what I can say is while you are making your choice or deciding, you can actually lock in the 50K, and then maybe you join a clarity session. Because apart from this master class, we have clarity session. Clarity is one-on-one with either myself or any of the career professionals to guide you on which of the program would be a good fit for you. Okay. So you can join that. That happens Monday through Saturdays. You can join any of them. There's the 12 p.m., 3 p.m., 8 p.m. session. You can join those. But then my concern is just the discount, because by that Wednesday that you're talking about, it might not be available. I say might, it will not be available by then. So it's pretty much better if you lock in now. Like I said, even if you want to start in June, you want to start in May. If you want to start in May, you can start with 50,000 to lock in 120,000. But if you're looking to start in June, you can lock in with as low as 30,000 naira. Okay, that can help you get to your goal a lot faster. Okay, so and for just to mention before I continue with Sunday, please, if you've made payments, you can see where on my colleague's chat it shows click here to upload your receipt. Please upload it. It is the registration form. I am not a magician. I wouldn't know people's, I just see the money coming into their accounts. But if you fill the registration form, you can say, oh, this money is allocated to this person. It is very, very important that you fill the form. Okay. And if you have any issues, just send a message to that phone number, or I feel like some people like it better if they can speak to me directly. You can send me a WhatsApp message, and I can, take your questions as much as possible. But the people that I would be partial to are those that have made payments. It just makes my life easy. I have over like 1,000 messages on my DM, so I just try to maximize as much as possible. Okay, so Sunday, I don't know if that clarified so far.
Yeah, it's clear. It's clear. Thank you.
Yeah. So please just go ahead to lock in your slots, and then you can also watch the recording, join clarity sessions to help you. Okay. All right.
Sorry, please,
Basilicon
before you go
Professional
on,
Institute.
sorry, please, for
Okay.
interrupting. Before you go on, where can I get the recording exactly of this Zoom
Okay. So
meeting? Where?
once I'm done, so you won't be able to get it today. Once I'm done recording, once I close with the session, it will upload on Google Drive. You might not upload up until maybe 2 a.m., 3 a.m., but by tomorrow it will be available. The recording will be available, and then we'll put it up on the YouTube channel. You can go watch it by then. Okay, Sunday.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Okay. Um, Joseph, your hands are raised, but I also see your question. I have a little experience on AI, but I'm quite confused on what aspect is best. Joseph, you can just maybe unmute your mic so that I can get firsthand what you were talking about. Hi, Joseph, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes,
I'm
please
here.
go on.
So,
Yeah, I see it.
can you hear me?
Okay, please go. Yes, go on.
So, I kind of started, you know, going through some kind of tutorials that I actually found on Instagram. But
Mm-hmm.
a part of me feels that I still have to take the course, like this course, in order to get the certificate. Yes. I although I don't have the funds for it currently, but then I would like to join the June session. And now my question is, what is the difference between the videos I've been seeing and the course, like going through the course? What's the difference?
Okay. Like you mentioned, the programs that you're seeing, they're just videos. You don't have the necessary support on that end. Okay, if you want to create a video itself, if you're making use of a particular AI tool, how can you know if you're making mistakes? What are some of the features that you're not even seeing that is basically in those videos? You actually need someone to properly guide you. Okay, you can do more than what you see on those videos. There are better ways to get it done. I would show you. Okay, so the other thing is the simulation. Your interviews for content creation is not a interview thing. It's more or less like contract basis. So what are the things that you need to do? What are the projects that you need to work on or build at the end of the day? These are what will show you, would guide you. You'd have access to your facilitator. You would also build different projects by yourself to be able to get a better understanding of the skill set. So it's a very practical class. It is not just watching videos, it is doing, making mistake, correcting it. There would also be a community. So you would also get to learn from other creators, because we actually have content creators in our program. So you get to learn and network with other creators, and you can start building your community slowly as you go along. Okay, so these are some of the things you're going to be learning or benefiting from the program. Joseph, I don't know if you've gotten that.
Yeah. I get it. I
Okay.
get it.
So one thing, I know you mentioned that you don't have the funds, but actually I don't want you to have to pay the extra 100K. So even if you're going for the June cohort, just pay to the account details, the 30K if you can. If not, it's fine. But I highly recommend that you get that done so we can discuss further on how you can create an entire strategy on social media content creation, making use of AI itself, and we can work out a plan from there. Do you understand, Joseph?
Yeah, but now I want to know, like, can't I pay maybe like Monday or Tuesday if I'm to pay?
Okay, since we've had a conversation, I think I can hold down a slot for you for latest Tuesday. Hopefully, if it's still available, you can send me a message directly, and then I can just keep track of the activities and let you know. Okay?
Okay.
Hi, Joseph. Are you there? All
Yeah,
right,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
great. Okay. So do you have any other questions? Are you clear so far?
Uh, I think I'm clear. I'm clear. I'm clear. That's all. That will
Okay,
be
all
all.
right.
Thank
Okay.
you.
So you're welcome. The next person is Joshua. Joshua said, can you send the official invoice from Analytics? I'll make my payments later. When is later? We can send you an invoice. Send me a message. You can generate an invoice and send. If you want your company to pay for you, fantastic. If you want to pay for more than one person, great. We can generate an invoice. We need your name, phone number, email address, who is addressed to. Just send me a message on WhatsApp and I can give you all the directives. Okay. Joshua, is that your question? Okay, great. Gabriel, your hands are raised.
Good evening.
Hi, Gabriel. Yeah, good evening.
AM. Good evening. Hi. Can you hear me?
Okay, Gabriel, I can hear you now. Your network is not the greatest, but please go on.
Um, Concerning social media content creating, I know I've watched a lot of video on YouTube though on creating content, and I have tried most of them. But like my idea that I do have, or the mistake I do see in creating like let me say a scene where there are like let me say three characters, and let me say character A is supposed to say a particular line, but the AI system may make some mistake, and character B will not be the one saying that line which character A
Mhm.
was supposed to say, or character C. So that kind of scene, I don't know if there is if the cause for social media content creating has that for it, whereby even in a scene whereby there are up to 10 characters in one scene, but each of them has their own specific line and going instead of intertwining. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to explain.
Yes, yes, yes. Can you see my screen, by the way?
Yeah,
Hi,
I can
Gabriel.
see your screen. Yeah, I can see your screen.
So this is majorly like what you're talking about, breaking scripts into the different scenes that you'll be having, your video-based scene. So even if you have 10, 12 characters, okay, so if you if you assign a particular script to each characters, it is going to follow the script, okay? It is pretty much the prompt that you made use of, or the particular AI tool. There are a lot of them. There's HeyGen, there's Higgsfield, there's just a lot of AI tools that you're working with. So if you are looking at, the issue that you're facing is, I told character A to say hello, and then it's character B that is saying hello at the end of the day. These are things that we can fix, show you better AI tools that you can always avoid those mistakes happening. Okay. So we look at that aspect as well, the core video creation process, okay, to ensure that the AI avatars, the AI characters that you're creating actually follows the line of what the particular script that you've created for each character. Do you understand, Gabriel?
Still on the call.
Hi, Gabriel. Are you still on the call?
Thanks.
Okay. So, do you have any other question,
Hello.
Gabriel?
Um, though I do have some question, but I know this is one of the things I do feel because I am currently at least, but it's self-taught though, trying to figure out how I could go about
Yeah.
AI creating, and also creating, yes, also creating kind of like a drama scene or a movie out of AI. So trying to fix all those loopholes on the things I do face where characters
Yeah.
do misinterpret
I
themselves
understand
and
you.
where consistency is not there. Hello?
Yeah, the continuity might not be there. One, consistency two might not be there. So I do get your question. You can send me a direct message on WhatsApp. We can discuss more on this. But like I mentioned, Gabriel, to get that full-on access, you definitely need to lock in, 50,000, 150,000, 120,000 rather, this is the entire curriculum. If you want to read more on it, you can see. It's not like I'm showing you something different. It's on the website. You can go through it. You see that every week there are practicals. So we don't just show you one thing and say that's the end of the day. We actually go ahead to show you, and then you create on your own end those particular aspects as well. So these are the things you would focus on during the course of the program. Okay, Gabriel.
Okay. But
Hi,
this
Gabriel.
other question I want to ask, sorry. Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you. I don't know that. Is it compulsory that someone must have a laptop to be able to go through all these courses? What are someone that just has just that someone that is just having just a phone?
Okay, so for content creation, yes, you can do it with a phone, but it's advisable that you also get a laptop. Okay, with a phone, you can do most of the editing, but then it is better, high quality if it's also done on a laptop. If you have a phone, you can kickstart with that, but then eventually, even when you're done with the program, afterwards, you might need to get a laptop as well. Okay.
Yeah, okay. But
Hi,
the laptop,
Gabriel.
does it have to
I
be
don't know if you.
a high? Does it need to have? I get what you see. Does it have to be a high version kind of system or just any kind of laptop
No, no,
can
no,
work?
no. Any laptop can work. As
Hello?
long as it has a processor of Core i3 to i7, it's fine. Can you hear me, Gabriel?
I can hear you. I can hear you now.
Gabriel, I don't think your network. Okay. So I said you
Oh
don't need
yeah.
like a fancy laptop to work with. Yeah, just a simple laptop can work. Okay. Hi, Gabriel.
Okay. Yeah. I can hear you.
All
Thanks.
right. Yeah,
Thanks.
so your network is good. So, but yeah, you're welcome. Please just look in your slots and then you're good to go. Okay, so 5 more available. Please, for those people that have made payments, please ensure that you're filling the form. It is very, very important. Don't make the payment and say, oh, that's the start and end of the process. Fill the form as well. It is very, very important that you fill the form. Okay. So we just have 5 more spots before we call it a day. 5 more spots and then we call it a day. Okay. So I want to take a lot more questions on here before we move on. So Sunday, Joshua, responding to your question. Abigail Abraham, Basilicon Professional Service. You had a question, but you dropped your hand. I don't know what made you change your mind. Are you still here? And for those that okay, yeah, please go on. Yes, I can hear you.
All right. Once again, thank you. This is Basi talking. The Basi,
Okay.
Um,
Oh, okay. Hi, Bas.
hi, Treasure. I was expecting that you were going to run us through a practical session, but as I was following you, what I saw was theoretical. You were just talking. I thought maybe when you're talking about Copilot, you are going to demonstrate how to how to work with it, but I never saw that. I don't know if I missed it, or maybe that is how the session was going to be tonight. Thank you.
Okay, so today is not a practical session. It's an interactive session, by the way. It's pretty much there are a lot of AI Copilot tools that are available, and trust me, I can't talk about a lot of them. Okay, so I can only highlight those tools that are available for use. And at the end of the day, if we have one technical sessions, they are more like on Wednesday, Fridays, but Saturday sessions are more interactive sessions to show you how you can monetize skills rather than the technical aspect of things itself. Do you understand, Basi?
All right,
Hi,
I
Basi.
do. Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. Okay, so Abigail, you've been awfully quiet. Abraham as well. We haven't heard anything from you. I feel like if you stayed with me till this time, there's some level of interest. I do have 5 spots available. I have given as many options in terms of payment. You can pay full payment, you could pay in installments. All that is available for you today, but that would only be for this evening. So we can help you build out your career plan from start to finish. Okay, so Abigail, Abraham, please go ahead, ask questions. Amara, Chukwemeka, we have Cynthia on the call, Frank, fresh help, Yobosa, Joshua, excuse me, Oluwa Bukumi, Sunday. Please go ahead with your questions. You guys have been very, very quiet. You can put your questions in the chat if you do not want to speak. We have at least 10 more minutes before we wrap up this session. So I want to make good use of the 10 minutes. If you have any questions, please go ahead, put them in the chat, and then I can take your questions. If it's something you don't even want to say, publicly here, you could send me a private message on WhatsApp. I can also follow through with guiding you through the process. Okay. Does any other person have any questions? If you have any questions, please go ahead, ask your questions. Let's not be quiet. It is a session for everyone. So please go ahead, ask your questions. I will take your questions. And again, just to reiterate, if you've made payments, please fill the form, the registration form. It is very, very important. And then send the receipt to my colleague. I can see it on the dashboard. It's also really good that we can, do two-factor authentication on that end. Okay. So please go ahead, so we can see every single thing at the moment. Okay. So any question, guys? Any question before I call it a night? Are there any questions? Okay, I'm not getting any questions, so I think you are fully clear on the processes so far. So one thing to also note is we do have what we call the clarity session. So if you want a one-on-one conversation, you can also go ahead to do that. Book a clarity conversation, and then you can speak to myself or any of the other professionals. But yeah, I still have 5 slots available. I would keep that open up to 12 midnight this evening, so we can help you build out a career plan. Okay, so I mentioned a lot of these AI tools, AI career pathways, but then what do you need to be doing from this point to when you actually land a role? I'm going to talk about it and then give you actionable steps on how to achieve those goals and how to meet your desired goals at the end of the day. Okay, so if you're interested in this, in addition to the early bird class, this will be open up until 12 midnight. At 12 midnight, yes, if you register, you'll be able to get access to the program, but then I won't be able to guide you. But yeah, I would like to have a conversation with each and every one of you, that has been super interactive so far. Okay, so that being said, I think we can close on early. I don't see any other hands raised. Sunday, your hands are still raised. I don't know if that's a question before I call it a day. Hi, Sunday, are you there? Sunday, your hands are raised. Do you still have a question?
Not really. I'm clear for now. I would like to attend those weekly sessions you have Wednesday and Tuesday, you said, right? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we have the clarity sessions on Mondays. So I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes. Go ahead.
Yeah, so we have the clarity sessions from Mondays to Saturday, but then in terms of the technical sessions, they are Wednesdays and Fridays. So those are the sessions we have available. But then, like I mentioned earlier, if you're going to be going for any of this program, it's just very important that you lock in your slot at least by this evening, so you get to benefit. But if you want to join any of those sessions, you can go ahead to join by that time. Okay.
Okay. All right. I hope
Hi,
to get
Sunday.
notification from you. Yes. Said I hope to get notification from you
Yes,
during the week, right?
yes, no problem at all.
All
Okay. Sunday.
right.
Yeah,
Thank
thank
you.
you. Does anyone else have any other question? Okay, so it's either people have left their phones and their devices, because I'm not getting responses, but I know people are still on here. So thank you everyone for joining in. I have 5 slots available before 12 midnight this evening. So if you're still interested in partaking, like I said, 30K to lock in for June. You have 50K to lock in for May, 120K. Please do that between this night, latest tomorrow morning, so that you can get to benefit from this as much as possible. Okay. All right. So that being said, thank you so much, everyone, for joining in. If you want to send me a message directly, you can send me a message. I put up my WhatsApp number a couple of times. So send me a message directly. We could continue the conversation, one-on-one conversation. The individual that asks for invoice, please also send me a message so that I can assist you with that. Joseph as well, please go ahead and send me a message so that we can follow up on the process from there. Who else am I missing now? Okay, I think that's about everyone. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining in this afternoon, this evening, this morning, depending on from where you're joining us from. It was a fantastic session, I must say. I think now would be a good time to, call it a day. So it was really good speaking to each and every one of you. So we're going to call it a day.